Hi guys, sorry about that. Yesterday I had many technical problems. It seems to be happening again today. Sorry about that. So, just I think I have to redo the 10 weird things living in Japan. It's the first of a long series. We started earlier. I'm going to just sum up what I explained in the former life. Hein. Alors, first was the fact that there are no trash cans in the city, which is something, I'm so used to it right now that I don't notice anymore. And when you live in Japan, you get into the habit of taking your trash back home, or we just throw it at the convenience stores. But yeah, I'm back, guys. I don't know what's going on. I've started emptying my pictures, my memory card, because maybe the phone was heavy, but I think the phone, I'm having some, I have to have my phone checked out. Anyways, hopefully it's going to work. Salut Pierre. So it can be surprising that there are no trash cans in the city. It can be inconvenient, but that's something, I think that foreigners, when they come to Japan, it's so clean here that, even if they hesitate, they feel like, oh my God, where should I throw away my trash? They don't throw it away in the street because they, if you're surrounded by cleanness, you don't want to spoil it, I think. And I think that Japan has that image of being so clean that, tourists, they respect that. Huh? So voila, that was the first thing that was surprising, that is surprising for most foreigners, I think. And some in the program that I did for TV Asahi, some people mentioned the fact that when the do you say siren, in the subway, when the siren accident happened, Japanese government was worried that some more terrorism would happen in Japan. But the thing is that, in France we have lots of problems with terrorism, right? But what we have is now we have trash cans which are not fully closed. You have a circle at the top, and then you have those transparent plastic bags, so that everybody can see what's in there. So it's not impossible to have trash cans. I mean, if a country really wants to have some, right? So to me, that wasn't really a good excuse to the fact that there are no more trash cans in the city. But voila, that was one of the issues that was rose in that program. Now I'm going to tell you about, it's linked to garbage. In daily life, what was surprising to me is that, did you know that it's forbidden to throw away your garbage the day before it's going to be picked up? If you do so, you will get a fine. And to me it was surprising because it can be inconvenient too. Why? Because sometimes if you go, usually the flammables are picked up twice a week. Huh? But sometimes, let's say for example this morning was the garbage day, right? If I have to go on business trip and leave the day before, in the evening or in the afternoon, if I can put my garbage, in the street, it's easier, right? You can't do that, which sometimes can be a little bit inconvenient, voila. But also I think that it's really, how they, everything is really controlled here. And when I heard on TV last year, I saw in a program, because some Japanese, they don't even know, because you know that they respect the rules, right? Um, you will get a fine in the USA too. Okay, in France we don't have that, but the system is a little bit different, because we have, in France, we put our garbage, every household puts the garbage in front of its house, right? I believe that in the States it's the same. Huh? Here, we put the garbage at the corner of the streets. There are appointed areas, right? So, yeah. So, you know, there are those rules. I think that maybe it's because, you know, they just don't want the animals. It can't be dogs, because you will never see, you know, strays in the streets. They are picked up by the pound right away. Strays, you never see strays, almost never see strays in Japan. In France, strays would tear apart the plastic bags, right? Here, it's the crows. So this is why you put nets on top of the garbage. But remember, guys, if you come and spend some time in Japan and you have to throw away inflammables, don't throw it away the day before, or you might get a fine. Huh? So that was second point. Third point, which I raised earlier, talking about crows. That's an issue that was raised in the program, and I had forgotten that it might have surprised me when I first came to Japan. It's the fact that we have lots of crows in the cities. In France, we would have pigeons. But yeah, crows, difference, you're right. They can be loud, scary. I know that people find them scary, but I think that they are pretty intelligent, pretty smart animals. And we are not doing them justice, which is a pity, I think, but that's another subject. So people are scared of crows, but here we're really surrounded by lots of crows. In France, it would be a pigeon. I'm more scared about the pigeon that might poop on me when I'm in the street than of the crows, but that's another subject. So that's something that might be surprising when you come to Japan. And you will see them, and sometimes, you know, there are really lots of them, but they're pretty harmless, I think. Huh? Voila. So that was the third thing that might be surprising for you when you travel here. Another site in the city that I raised in the other live stream, this is when it froze, I think. It's the... you told me that in USA you have, sometimes you see cradles. I call those cradles for doggies. We don't have that in France, guys. Dogs are like humans. They are made to walk. I mean, walk your dogs, people. It's good for them, right? And in Japan, even the first time I saw people carrying with strollers, thank you, Trek. No, it's not strollers, it's cradles. Like babies. Dogs can walk, right? You don't put dogs who can walk in cradles, guys. And I've seen so many people laughing and being so surprised, like kids saying, "Hey, Dad, look, the doggy is on a stroller." And I thought that was so funny. I wanted to take a video, but it's very unnatural to me too, to see people carrying their doggies on strollers. Okay, I'll use the word, guys, on strollers, because I don't think animals should walk, right? I mean, if they don't walk, it's not good for their health. So, anyways, voilà, c'est ça, des poussettes pour chiens. Des poussettes, c'est bien crado, non? Bon. Anyways, that's another. How many did I do? The no trash bin in the city. Don't throw away your garbage the day before. The crows, many crows in the city. Hi Antoinette, hajimemashite. The strollers. Okay, Thomas, this is different. I mean, if the animal can't walk properly or needs, I can understand that. But if it's, I've seen many animals like who could walk, very, very genki animals, you know, that's weird to me not to let them walk. Anyways, was this the fourth any weird, surprising thing? Am I right? Did I forget anything? Nosh? Voila, so it was the fourth one. Next, we have I'm going to talk a little bit about work-related things. First, it's I think you know all, but you know, some people don't know Japan that much, and it's really something that surprises people. And it even surprised my sister because she hadn't been here for 8 years. Yes, they have boots for dogs. They also have socks for dogs, right? What is surprising is to see people sleeping in the train, I think. In France, that would be unthinkable. Sometimes, you know, it's not only people sleeping alors, what is surprising is that they sleep, but also that sometimes, you know, they sleep so hard that they sleep on the neighbor's elbow. Non, elbow. Attends, les épaules, comment on dit? Pierre, aide-moi. Here, how do you call katane? Katanoro. The shoulder, voilà, thank you, dear friends. I mean, that, guys, never do that in France. I think, oh my God, I think people would be, first reaction would be maybe like, we would be like, so surprised to have such a body contact, you know, I mean, like maybe the person would push you, or maybe they would laugh. I'm not sure about that, but I think that in France, you know, people are not that demure, and I mean, it's easy to get in a fight in our countries, I think, so second reaction would be right. It could be, so I mean, you have to, I mean, I tell Japanese people, be careful when you're in France, because you don't know how people might react, right? So that is absolutely unthinkable in France. Also, what is really surprising about the fact that Japanese people sleep in the train is that it's so amazing how they can wake up when they arrive at their station. It's really crazy. It's like they have an internal clock, and because we can see that they don't have an alarm, nothing, and they just wake up when it's their station, and that's really amazing, I think. But just, you know, for a foreigner, when you come to Japan and you see people sleeping in the train, and especially when the person is sleeping on the shoulder of someone else, oh my God, that is so surprising, I think. Personally, I've become, of course it surprised me. I'm still surprised. I mean, it's really something I will never get used to, I think. I'm always like amazed by the fact that they can sleep so hard sometimes, so heavily, I mean. Like, you can hear people snoring sometimes in the train, and you're like, what, you're sleeping that deeply, so deeply that you are snoring? Oh my god, I can't, I couldn't do that. And what I am bad about is that sometimes, I that Japanese people, they don't, oh yeah, Thomas, it happens to me very often. And that when it really depends. I react differently when people, it depends on my mood, I think, basically. When people sleep on my shoulder, it happens sometimes. It's not every day, but I'm more of an adult now, so I'm not like, it happened to me seriously. At the beginning, I would be like, or I just, the technique is, first technique is that if you just a little bit, go on the side a little bit, they feel that they are going to fall, so they wake up. You do that, it doesn't work. Okay, the person, some people seriously, they are really a pain because they fall asleep. So then my next technique is like, push them gently, and then they're like, if it doesn't work, seriously, it happened to me to be like, really like, and it happened to me once, because what happened is that, and it was a woman, it wasn't even a man, she was literally hurting me. I don't know if it was her bones or whatever, but sometimes, yeah, it's just, I'm just, I don't let them sleep on me. And sometimes I've become kinder with the years, and especially when it's students, I'm like, oh my god, they are kawaii, so like, poor thing, they are studying so hard, and I'm like, okay, it's okay, I lend you my shoulder, no problem. But yeah, sometimes I can be bad, I'm like, don't sleep on me, but I try to be gentle. Voila, so that's another surprising thing. When it comes to transportation, I think what is surprising too is the pushers. When my sister was here, we didn't experience the pushers, but even now, I mean, to me, it's always a surprising sight. It's not scaring me anymore to be in so crowded trains. I must say that at the beginning, because the first 5 years I was living in Kansai, and I was going to work by bicycle. Now, when I went to Tokyo and experienced, the crowded trains in the I need a spike. Yes, sorry, I don't know about those, but I would need a spike jacket. That would be nice. At the beginning, that would scare me, to be in such a small space, so many people in such a small space, and the trains get so packed that you are like, sometimes you can't even breathe. I have a friend who was, close to, on the side, and there are bars, is that the word? Bone. And like, the bar would come almost, in the at his stomach, At some point, he had to get off the train because he was pushed so much he couldn't breathe anymore, and he told me it was such a scary experience. And when people tell me, Japanese people, they don't talk in the train, they don't laugh in the train, and they make a sad face. Seriously, guys, I think that when you just got a phone call, when you experience packed trains and backnosh like that, I don't think you would want to laugh anymore, because it's hard. It's really hard. And with my sister, we experienced it once. it was, she couldn't believe it. She was like, what? This is crazy, and people, they go to work in such conditions every day. It's unbearable, you know. And I said, yeah, what can we do, you know? I'm lucky because, you know, usually I can take the train in between. So the chicken problem, yes, we still have, yes, of course. A few weeks ago, you know, I saw at the station a guy. I told you in another live that, you know, when I did a live about safety in Japan, and I said that yes, it is still safer than most of our countries, but please be careful because it's not completely safe either, right? A chicken had been caught, you know. You know, it's those guys, chicken, the guys who fondle women in the trains. And he had been caught, and another guy was like holding him by the neck and waiting for the staff to come and, you know, interrogate him, I think, because I mean, it's just, yes. So yes, to answer your question, it's still 大丈夫ですよ. It's still a problem. Voilà. I'm sorry, guys. I see many comments and questions, but maybe I need, you know, to go through the 10 things. So how many did I do? Was it the fifth, the fourth, fifth, right? I did the pushers. I did the people sleeping in the train. Fifth. Related to work. You all know that Japanese people don't take holidays. It is changing, so that's the sixth one, right? Sixth subject. People, they don't take holidays. They are getting better at it now. 22 years ago, when I came to Japan, taking 3 days in a row in Japan was like, oh my God, they had been so bad. They felt so bad having taken 3 days of holidays in a row. And especially to French people, this is just, they can't understand that. Because you know that French people are born to take holidays. We love taking holidays. And in Japanese, in the Japanese language, they use the word holidays, we say vacances. And so in Japanese, as they don't have the v pronunciation, they pronounce vacances, 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 vacances. Okay? To tell you how much I think, and everybody knows that French people love to take holidays, right? And it was really funny because in France, we are entitled to have 5 weeks of holidays. In Japan, they are entitled to have, I think, something like 20 days. That they never take. And in France, the law says that we can take 2 weeks of holidays in a row if we want to. And the companies have to let us take those holidays if we want to. In Japan, when we had the Golden Week this year, it was so funny, but also, like, to me, crazy, because it really showed me that people, they don't know how to take a holiday in Japan. They are not used to take a holiday. And everybody was like, oh my God, we are going to have 10 days of holidays. What are we going to do? You tell a French person he or she is going to have 10 days of holidays, we'll be like, oh yeah, okay, that's the minimum we want, right? Because French people, why do they take, you know, usually the whole month of August, don't expect people to be working on in August, especially if you're. I'm going to talk not so loud because I have some people next to me. I hope you can still hear me. The whole month of August, people they take the whole month. So if you're in import-export, you have like me, I have wine imported by importers in Japan, right? We sell the wine maximum at the end of July or at the beginning of September because all the wineries are closed in August. And yes, 3 weeks is a minimum. A month, some people they take a whole month. Why? Because you know, if you ask a French person, the person is going to tell you, oh yeah, you know, it's normal because to take at least 3 weeks. Why? Because the first week you have so many things to catch up with, you know, taking care of the house, doing things you can't do when you are working. Second week, at last, you know, you can start resting a little bit, and if you've been sick or whatever, or like, you know, you get rid of the tiredness, and it's only from the third week that you can start really enjoying your holiday. This is why we need at least 3 weeks, out of which we will be really enjoying the holidays only 1 week. So this is why taking a month is pretty normal, because then it will enable us to enjoy 2 weeks of real holidays. This is the way of thinking of French people. So this is really, really surprising to Japanese people, I think. I don't think it means that we don't. Of course, you know, some people, they don't like working, but it's the same in every country. Yeah? But we really love our life out of work, you know, French people. Even when we love work, our job, we like to enjoy time, to spend time with our family and going somewhere on holiday. In Japan, the thing is that there are two things from what I've heard. Is that one thing is that you can't take a long holiday because you will cause problems to your colleagues that have been here. Their work load will be heavier if you're not at the office. That's one thing. その迷惑をかける。それはダメでしょ? It's not good to 迷惑をかける to cause trouble to your colleagues. But the other thing is that, for example, you know, people who, it could also be me, you know, as a consultant, is that they think that if they take too long a holiday, they might be replaced. This is why they don't want to take a long holiday. Like all the, you know, the talento on TV, they said, oh no, you know, first is that I love my job, but also I'm so worried that someone would take my place when I'm on holidays, that I can't enjoy a long holiday, you know. So that was surprising to me. And so they asked me, you know, in the program, if people weren't worried about that, and I said absolutely not, because everybody's doing the same thing. So we're not worried about, you know, someone might replace us while we are taking a holiday. Voilà, qu'est-ce que tu en penses, Pierre? Okay, was it the sixth issue? Alors, 7. I was thinking about talking. We have two. T'es d'accord? Ouais, on adore les vacances. We have 2 issues. There are 2 issues that I'd like to talk about. 2 topics. It's about school in Japan. 2 surprising things, and things that some foreigners don't really agree with. The first thing is, you know, the uniform. In Japanese schools, they have to wear a uniform, and they all have those. Pierre, est-ce que tu sais comment dire cartable en anglais? Cartable. landoselu. Landoselu. You know, in which you put all your books and notebooks, etc. Everybody has the same. And for French people, so attelu no? Landoselu? Is this a backpack? Yeah. There is a format in Japan. Now there is some variety because there are lots of different colors, which wasn't the case many years ago. But the thing is that I think that for French people it's inconceivable because we like our freedom, right? And we like to put ourselves, our uniqueness forward. So if the country would want us to be all the same, I think there would be a revolution again because we like to show that we are different from others. I think also that we are educated to be like that. I remember that even at school, the teachers would tell us to bring out our uniqueness, to bring it forward, and that we shouldn't be like the others, right? In Japan, they teach you not to stand out and to try, to mix with the others, to be like the others. So that's a pretty big difference, I think, in the two cultures. Thomas, yes, in private schools in France, so in some private schools, you have to wear a uniform, but not in public schools. In Japan, you have to wear a uniform in public schools too. So that's a big difference, That leads us to the 8th topic, is it? Which is related to school, is that you can't. There are schools that forbid you to. I had the word. Allez, 얘기해줬다. To. Comment on dit teindre les cheveux? Change the color of your hair. I had the word. It just escaped. It just left. You can't dye your hair, guys. Some schools, they even forbid it. Some schools, guys, it's really crazy because they ask you to provide a certificate to show that your hair is natural, that you haven't dyed it. And that's crazy. The thing is that, when I came to Japan 20 years ago, so many people were dyeing their hair. And I thought, why are people doing that? They do that, especially the young ones, because that's the only way they have to be different. It's like, the way, girls, for example, they make their skirts shorter. This is the only way they have, or like the socks, they wear it longer or shorter. I mean, this is also it's not only, I think, to show their legs, it's also the only way they have to wear it. By wearing the uniform a little bit differently, this is how they show some, that they are different in a way, right? But having to show a certificate proving that you haven't dyed your hair, really, that's really crazy, I think. That would be, and French people would bomb the school if they wouldn't allow us to wear what we want and to dye our hair, right? Voilà. Bon, two to go. Alors, guys, the last two ones, guys, are things that I'm experiencing. This is really daily life for me. It's something that I've experienced, for 20 years. Guys, who can hear me? And I think would that would surprise every French person. I think that's for sure. The first thing is that when you do works in the city or anywhere in France, you it's forbidden to do the works on weekends. And also there are hours, it's like you can't start before 8 or 9 in the morning and you have to finish at a certain hour, which is the case in Japan too. I think in Japan they can start at 8 and they have to finish at 5. But guys, the very, very annoying thing is that they do works anytime they want. Even on weekends, even on a Sunday, and even on bank holidays. And seriously, guys, I think that's because, for people who work all week, some people they can rest only on weekends, and when at 8 in the morning you have the this is it's simply insufferable. And I mean, and I'm raising this issue because I'm having some works close to my place. Some works have started, and oh my god, it's not just, but it's okay because I wake up pretty early, but the thing is that even during the day, then I'm like, oh my god, yeah, because some people, we don't all have the same rhythm, but the noise. And even on a weekend, and you're like, I mean, it's psychological, right? I'm like, it's a Sunday, it should be quiet. In France, it's forbidden, Leopold, to do works on certain days. Here, it's anytime, and this is unbelievable. I can't believe this, and this is just so annoying. Voila. So that's a difference, I think, with France. And you know what, Adi? Actually, I was so annoyed recently that I thought, oh my god, I'm so going to write the mayor, and then I thought, what can I do, But I mean, Japan is different, right? So I'm not going to change the law, right? But voila, that's surprising and annoying to me as a foreigner. Voila. Hein? Now, 10th. Oui, c'est moi qui vais créer la révolution au Japon. Maybe I could, complain about that. Have all of my neighbors write a petition, right? Alors, yes, I think it's some things, those differences can cause a lot of stress. But last one. It's about the health system in Japan. I have many things to tell you about the health system, but I'm keeping women to please stay tuned for next live stream. I think you'll be surprised. I think that the thing that surprised me most when I arrived in Japan about the health system, one of the differences, is that when you get sick, whatever you have, you go to the hospital. In France, we have private doctors, and they have private, rooms, and they do this, it's not in a hospital. You don't go and consult. Do you say consultation, doctor consultation? You don't go to the hospital. In Japan, it's not private. You have to go to the hospital. That was surprising to me. But what was even more surprising is that in France, sometimes you're so sick that it's hard to go to the hospital to see the doctor. When you're throwing up, or sometimes you just can't wake up, right? You can stand. So you have in France, we call the doctor, and in between the consultations, hey Crazy Anne, long time no see. In between the consultations that the doctor is doing at his consultation, the doctor goes around the patients who are too sick to come and visit him or her. In Japan, no matter how sick you have to go to the hospital. And to me, that was really surprising because, I can't, but sometimes when you have the stomach flu, une gastroenteritis, do you say in English? Quand t'as la gastro, c'est difficile d'aller chez le docteur, hein? I mean, you get really sick sometimes. I mean, you can't help. Voilà, house calls. In France, house calls, you have to pay a few dollars, to add a few dollars. But I mean, when you're so freaking sick, you're super happy to have the doctor coming, right? In Japan, no. Gamin saluskanai. You have, and also I think this is really representative of the Japanese culture, is that no matter what, you kick your ass, you make the effort and you go. You're not assisted. On n'est pas assisté. I don't know if it's the right way to say that in English, mais au Japon, on n'est vraiment pas assisté du tout. You don't get all the support and the assistance that people get in France, I think. I know that in the States it's pretty hard, the health care system, that to have nanny, you have to pay for from what I heard, when you call 911, the ambulance, I heard that you have to pay for it. In France, it's all free, guys. So when I asked my friends, I said, hey, what do I do if I get really sick? They said, you call 911, which is not 911 here, but you call an ambulance. And in France, on the contrary, calling an ambulance, it's really when you have a heart attack or something like that. It's that you are really like suffocating or having a heart attack, or it's really like, or you broke your leg or something like that. But when you have gastro, to me it's like, because in France we have lots of, stomach flu. We are happy to have the doctor coming, right? So that was something in daily life that was really surprising. And to me, it's really not convenient. And I know that it's different, but when we've used, I know that we are spoiled in France, but it was hard. Of course, we can adjust, right? It's just requires just adjusting to this new way of life, but it can be very surprising. Yeah, French people were pretty spoiled, I think. Voila, guys. I think that was the 10 items, topics for today. You know that I can't even see how many of you are watching right now. I could see the comments, which is nice. I see 13 likes. Thank you very much. I think I will have to just erase the live stream that I did earlier. 38, thank you, Anne. How are you, my dear? I haven't seen you in a while, right? Yesterday I made a short live stream. It wasn't planned. It was so nice, that place, but it was so blur, right? So I enlisted it. So that was a pity because it was super nice izakaya. The food was good, but you saw the pictures and you have the location on Instagram. Voila, guys. I'm going to, I don't know when I will do part 2 of the weird, surprising things living in Japan. There will be more. I think it's going to be a series of 3 or 4 topics. Next time, do a top 5 or 10 of Japan misconceptions by foreigners. Thank you, Deep Purple. That's a very good idea. Voila. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I might slow down. I don't know. I want to change on another topic, guys. I have to announce you something. I found my channel crappy. It came to me this week. I find this channel crappy. I thought my content was crappy, and I want to improve it. I don't know how I'm going to. I'm thinking hard. I've been thinking hard. This is why I didn't live stream. Well, I did that quick live stream yesterday because I think I will keep on doing, the daily life. I have to. But I thought, isn't this content crappy, I'm a little bit, and even my Instagram, I find it crappy, guys. So, I don't know. I might change things a little bit. But I feel, non mais je trouve tout nul là en ce moment, je me trouve nulle, voilà. So I might give another, no. And then after a few days I'm thinking I have to keep, I will keep the daily things because I know that many of you follow me because I do that, because I show you the daily life, and also it's especially, all about eating, which you love. But I need to also find something else. So Dan, I don't know, you're not here, I think. I've been recommended a new, software to edit, which I downloaded. I haven't had time to try it yet, but I will. What I'm going to do is try and make a new I don't know how I'm going to edit this, but I will edit, maybe I'm going to make a video for my sister of her trip stay here. But I don't know, I have to find, I don't know. I just don't know. And I know that you like talking with me, so I'm sharing this with you right now. It will come to me. I know it's going to come to me because it's recent, it's just a few days ago. And also, spending a month with my sister has triggered many things, but it's like when I go back to France, it always triggers things in me because for me it's kind of taking a break from my routine. My routine is broken by going abroad, and it was broken by having my sister here, and it completely changed my rhythm and everything. And then she left and I felt sad, but now I have energy again. It's a good thing because it's giving me, I think, it's a good thing that I need to, anyway, I want to reach another level, I want to make it better. And it's just that, I saw a comment like maybe I'm bored. I think, it's just that, okay, sotsugyou shimashita, and they say in Japanese. But doing things like the Kit Kat live stream, that's something maybe I should do more, and this is why I'm doing 10, I'm going to focus on some topics and I have new ideas, so that's something new I'm going to do, being more focused on maybe themes, But I don't know how I'm going to change, some of the things, but I'd like, to make also better, to edit some videos and to make it better quality, because it's so easy, to do the live streams, but maybe my channel can't be all about live streams. I'm not sure about that. It can be, maybe, but seeing that it's a hobby, it can be, but it's just that I just master it now, right? It's just become such a routine actually to do those live streams that now I want to do something else and to take the channel to another level. I think that's why. And when someone wrote like maybe I was bored, it's because, even in my work, you reach a certain level and you want to get better and better and better. And I think this is what's happening with Instagram and this channel. It's just that I have the feeling I'm stuck. I'm not evolving at all. I need to do something else, right? I need a little more fun. We should have Crystal coming back, right? Oh yes, crazy Anne. But doing the bar rounds, and yes, I'm going to do that again, and I have to call Drew to take. I just have also to kick my ass and go out more to find the time. But yeah, doing the drinking things. I know that because I went back to to all the videos I did, and apparently when I do the drinking things, you like it. I get more likes, so maybe I should do that more. But as you know, also it takes time, all those things. So, and also it will be live streaming. So I don't know, but I'm just thinking about many things, and it will come to me, I think. Now I have made a list of topics that I want to, like the Kit Kat things. I have to do the Kit Kat tasting of the Kit Kats from the department stores, and then I will be broke and eat potatoes for a month, as I said. But you may want to edit the title of 10 weird things about living in Japan. Yes, what can I, if you have, I'm always, please guys, send me your ideas of good titles. If not during the live, and maybe sometimes I forget the suggestions, please give me, and obviously your English is better than mine, give me ideas in the comments after the live, okay? How about Jennifer, does live restaurants? Could you rephrase, please, Thomas? So anyways, I'm going to take it slow, maybe. I just need, to digest this new state of mine, that I find my content crappy. You're one of the first subscribers, but this is the first. Yes, it is, Droid Way. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. As long as I have Charlie and Lisa in all the videos, yes. When you oh my god, you know what guys, I don't know if I should tell you, that we went to see the Lion King, the musical with my sister. She's been so bad, that girl. Make a title, 10 things. Yeah, this is what I've started doing, Crazy, and I think I will keep on doing this. Karaoke bar, why not? And now each time I see Lisa, I can't help thinking about that. Lisa has her tongue dangling out, right? Oh my god. When we went to see the Lion King, there is this hyena. It's called Ed. Guys, check out Ed. If you put Lion King, hyenas, Ed, we were almost tempted to make a collage with Ed and Lisa Chan, because really the similarity, Of course, Lisa is really cute, but I was like, oh my god, you're so bad, Alors, not program, yes. I had started last year during the traveling with the babies thing, yeah. There are so many possibilities, but you know what, guys? I think I want to keep it focused on food, because even in my work, you will see I'm working on, I'm actually talking with some new people right now to see if I can, work with other companies. And it's not wine related, it's food related. I think that these days I'm again more into food, so I have to see which idea I'm going, to focus on, because also I know so many chefs, and I could do collaborations, I think, with chefs. But I have to see, if I want to take the time to try and make good quality videos and edit those videos, or if I keep it simple for me and do the things live with those chefs. I think maybe, I should edit. But the thing is, guys, that you watch me more when I do the lives than when I did it video. Maybe it's because the videos are crappy, but the edited videos. But hi, Janice. Hello, guys. The thing is that I have a meeting at 6:30, so I have to leave you. I'm going to keep on live streaming, but going to take things slowly. Just 1-2 live streams, and I say that, and maybe you will have 10 live streams next week. We'll see. But voila, guys. I feel like everything is crappy, so I'm going to work on that, I promise, and make it better. Okay, I'm going to make it more of a content of what I would like to see, and it's not. I think that the pictures also. I'm thinking maybe I should use a real camera, because I find the food picture is not good enough. This is not the case. Some pictures I feel are really nice. I find really nice, but some pictures are just not good, and I think it's because I don't use a real camera, right? So, voilà, merci beaucoup. Stay tuned for more. I will keep you posted. I will try, to announce the videos. I might actually next week, doing those topic things in cafes are really easy for me. So maybe I will do that. The second part of 10 weird, surprising things living in Japan. I have to do the crepes things. I will try and do that this weekend. On weekends I love to eat crepes. So the Lumix GH5, I don't know what this is, but Thomas, you have a good night. Take care of yourself. Voilà, thanks for following, and à bientôt, guys. Merci beaucoup. For the title, please, can you give me ideas in the descriptions to make it a nice. I think I will change it. I was thinking of changing it to adding maybe surprising or something like that. But thank you so much, Marius. Voilà, bonne journée. Merci beaucoup. Droid. Is droid French, or I don't know, perfect French right here. You know what, guys? No, just I remember now. I actually was thinking, because I have the 3 languages, I was actually thinking of maybe adding some French, Japanese, English around food. Let me know, guys. This is a question. Would you like me to do live streams, lessons, English, French, Japanese? Okay? Please, let me know. Voilà, bisous, bisous. Merci beaucoup et à bientôt. See you very soon.